All right. Um, Welcome, guys. So we're going to start with the demo now, hosted by George.
Okay, so let's start, for instance, with issue number 12. So that's the one from Viviana and Judith. Who wants to start?
Okay. I'll start. Let me share the screen. See if I can. Yeah. Okay, so we have the task of implementing the functionality that the user can delete things. So if I go into my list,
So it only takes one single widget.
let me sign on back in again. What's happening?
It looks like a previous version of the code.
Yeah, I mean, I am on the production link. Hang on. Something. Let's stop the screen sharing for a moment. Cancel.
Yeah, no problem.
And I come back.
All right, and you can also try to hard reload. Sometimes the deployed features.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
It could be the browser's cache. Maybe if you delete history and so on.
Not really, no.
You want to try to reload, and if you're not able to continue, I can share my screen with the feature.
Okay, I got it now. I don't know what happened. Just so I'm in my list, and so if I say okay, I don't need to buy butter anymore, I can just click the button and it says or ask me if I really want to delete butter from the list, and I'll say okay, and it removes the item from a list. So that's that's basically our ticket for the list. I hope you don't mind if I jump a little bit ahead, because we were also working on the functionality of deleting entire lists.
Yeah, proceed. Yeah.
So as you can see here, we have the buttons for the delete list. So the unit's testing feature is my list, and it asks me if I really want to delete this list. It's analog to the idea with the items. It's getting removed. However, we have added a twist. So I go to a list which is definitely not mine. It has been shared with me. And if I click delete list, it just says that, or asks us if we really want to stop using this list. So the list doesn't get deleted from the owner of the list. It just gets removed from our access, if that makes sense. So that's the two features we have been working on this week.
Okay, that's great. So let's move to the code part.
Okay, I will share the code. Here. Okay, you're seeing my screen now? Okay. So we work in the Firebase.js file. First, I will go through the delete item feature. which for this feature, we wrote this function here, delete item. Actually, it was on the file already, but we fill it. We add this collection list reference to find the list. We are to find the items collection inside the list. Then we create a reference to the item we want to delete, and then we call this delete doc to delete the item, remove the item from the list. We are using this new function in the list item where we have this is the item. This is the item name, here the checkbox, and then we add this button that when on-clicked, call this handle delete function that we have here. We use this window confirm method to confirm give the option to the user to confirm that they really want to delete the item. In the part for the delete list, the function that we need to create was a bit more complex because we have the part of deleting the list collection, but also we want to remove the list reference from the shared list arrays. So the first thing, this is the function that we create, the delete list, also in Firebase.js. The first part is to check if the user is the owner of the list. So in case the user is not the list owner, we create this reference to the user's collection. Then we find actually the user document with the user email. So then we get the user share list array, and then we update this array, but we filter to remove the list from this array. And in case user is the owner of the list, we first found the list reference and delete the list document. And then we made quite a similar process, but to remove the list from all the people that has this list in the share list array. So we first get all the documents for users that have this list in their share list array, and then update this array with a filter. So we use this function in the single list. Here next to the list name, we add this button that on click called this handle delete function. Again, here we check that if user is the list owner, and if the user is the owner, we show this message and call the function. And if not, if user is not the list owner, we show another message here. Do you really want to stop using the list? And they call again the delete function.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is yes. If anyone have any question.
Okay, so the code is super clear and the functionality is implemented in a very direct way, so which is very nice. I have seen like in two places they check if the user is the owner of the list. Is it possible that we have it? And we have it in fact in the other occurrence we have a comment.
Yes.
If the user is or not the owner. So you could, I mean, this is just a small comment in order to make better code, okay? But just very, very small thing, which is if you are going to have these checks, you can implement this in a function, which indeed has a meaningful name, like list is owned by or something like that. So with that, you put that check that functionality just in one place, but in fact, this is not the most important impact on the code. It would be the readability of the code. It will
Sure.
make the code easier to understand, because list path includes is less readable than a function with that name. That's why you added the comment here. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, that is just a small thing, but for the rest, I think it's pretty straightforward and well done.
Thank you.
Okay. So shall we go to the other issue? Yeah. So there we have it. Next one is Orja and Celine. The
Yes.
order sorting, sorry, the items sorting item. Yeah.
So yeah,
Who's
so
going
we
to
work on
present? Yes.
so we work on so we work on the issue 13. Should I
Yeah.
do you want to say something?
No.
No? So you can.
Yeah.
So as a user, I want to view a list of my shopping list item in order of how soon I'm likely to need to buy each of them again, so that it's clear what I need to buy soon. So when we discussed it with Borja, we had two different views on how to handle the issue. So for Borja, it was more adding a label to each item in the list with how soon you will need to buy it, like buy soon, buy soonish, or overdue, for example. And I was more with the idea of creating some category, like really visual category, and to separate clearly the item. So we wait for this option, but the label would also have been a good solution. So in the overdue category, you find the items that should have been bought by the user, but that they did not buy it, and they are going to stay there until 60 days after the expected day of purchase. After that, they will go as inactive at the bottom. So here you have the buy soon category, so it's like within 7 days, and by soonish you will find the item between 15 days and 30 days before day of purchase. And by not soon, it's above 30 days of purchase. So what we had to do with this issue is also consider the search item option we had. So that's how we approach it. We reduce the category that were visible. So to help the user to only find the items that are relevant for him, and not like keeping all the category even if they are empty. I will let Borja explain the code.
Okay, thank you, Celine. Okay. Are you watching my VS Code application?
Yes.
Okay. So the way we implemented this was by adding a compare purchase urgency function on the Firebase document. So in this function, we first map all the data with the items of the list and add two properties to each item. The first property is the number of days before purchase, which we are calculating by using the utility function get days between dates. And then based on the number of days before purchase for that item, we categorize the items into inactive, overdue, buy soon, and so on categories. which will be used for the rendering. Then once we've added these properties to each item, we sort the list of items. And for this sorting, we check whether the number of days before purchase is the same for each item. And if it is, we order alphabetically. And otherwise, we order by the number of days that are left before purchase for each item. And this function we are using in a use effect of the list component. So when the list component first loads, the use effect will use the function to sort all the data, and it will make use of two states. One state will keep the data sorted immutable from the original, the way it was originally when it loaded, and the other will be the sortable array, which will be used for rendering and will be used by the search list component. So when we make a query on the search list component, this is the array that is sorted and makes the items disappear. But the original immutable array is also passed. So when you reset the query, the original array is put on display. And finally, the rendering is done by the container items component, which is this one. And this one also uses a use effect hook to first go through the item list and filter it so only the items corresponding to the category of the container are displayed. This is set in state, and then each category is displayed only if the items are present on the array, and that's the way it's rendered. Any questions?
Yeah, can you go back to the previous blog where you have the two lists? So you are managing a list without, I mean, that is immutable, and then the list that you're going to use to show or hide things depending on the search, right?
Yeah, we save in a state first. In this state, in sorted list is the original data, sorted, the original data, but sorted. And this one won't be modified. But then in new list, we have the same data initially, but this one will be modified by search list. So when we make a query, this one is modified and also used to render the container items. So when it is modified, we change what is rendered. But when we reset the query, we return to the original array, which is saved in sorted list.
How this behaves or interacts with the functionality from the previous issue, that it's deleting items. Can you explain how the delete items interacts with this? Because we have now two states.
Yeah. I think I haven't seen how the interaction works, but I think when you delete an item, you are also modifying the data in Firestore. So Firestore is keeping track of the data, and it will requery the new data. And when you requery, since data is a dependency on the use effect, the use effect will run again and use the new data.
Nice. Okay, so this was not, I mean, this was actually because I wanted to know. I didn't understand how it works. So yeah, very good. Thank you. Okay.
No problem.
Nice. So I don't have any questions on the code. I think it's pretty good, and also it makes use of React behavior very well. So keeps things simple, and it works flawlessly. So it's pretty good. Well, and with that, I think we have the demos, right? Yep. Okay.
right, I'm just going to paste the link to Retro here. Yeah, so we're going to take 5 minutes to quickly fill that out and then come back to go through them. All right, see you in the next 5 minutes.
Mm.
All right, does anyone need more time? Seems all of us have done ours.
1 minute. I need.
Yeah.
All right, all right. All right, Elite, do you need more time?
Yeah, not this. Right.
All right. I can start to share my screen. All right. So yeah, we're going to take them from the appreciation column. Yeah, we have Judith first. You can go.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I just want to say that I'm really appreciating the feedback the team provides on pull requests. So sometimes you're working on an issue, you think you have sorted it all out, and then you create a PR, push it through, and then the teammate come back and have suggestions or questions, which actually really helps to yeah, look at it with a fresh pair of eyes in a sense. So I really appreciate that. And further down, just because I was putting two things there, I also want to say a huge thank you to the mentors for the quick responses whenever there is a question that arises. Is so, yes, snappy. I just love it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It's me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's difficult to say one person. I think in general, all the team members, all that the way every one of you collaborated between in each of the issues, working together. So yeah, for me, it's great. I mean, great work. And I'm also considering that this is maybe the best sprint so far, at least in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because of the complexity of the issues and the way you have solved them. Okay.
Yeah, I think
That's
so
it.
too. It was very smooth. All right, thank you, George. Salim.
So yeah, I wanted to thank the mentors for being reactive. So we had like a few questions this week, and you were like really jumping to reply, so we didn't have to wait, and we could work on it straight away. And I think like the team, we really work nicely together, and we are doing our best to have a nice app at the end. Thank you for that.
Yeah, you're really doing your best. So for me, I appreciate the collabs. You guys are really working hard. It's very obvious, even though the tickets keep getting hard, you keep bringing more work, and then we don't even feel the complexity, we don't even feel the transitions. So it's really nice. And I also appreciate my fellow mentors for, always being available to help. At the end of the day, all of us are really working, doing our best for the success of the project. So I appreciate everyone. All right, Bohar.
Yeah, I wanted to thank the team for being all in with the project and working on the extra issues so the application can be its best version. And also a shout out to the mentors for being there when needed and yeah, available to work on everything. So thank you.
Okay. Judith. Oh, you wrote twice.
Yeah, that's why I was just meshing it all together when I first spoke. So
Oh, you already said this one. Okay.
yeah.
All right, Viviana.
Yeah, also thank you all for the commitment to the project, and especially the fact that whenever you post anything in Slack, you get a response very quickly, which is really helpful because it makes easy to, I don't know, if you need anything, you don't have to wait to hear from the team members. So thank you for that, the whole team.
Thank you. Elliot, do you want to say yours? I didn't see yours. Or do we go ahead?
Actually, I'm not anything.
Sorry?
I'm not anything to do appreciations. Columns.
Okay. All right, so we'll go on to the next one, which is what went well. And we'll start with Celine.
So communication within the team went here well again, and we were able to get some feedbacks on our PRs from each other, and we're able to merge this week's PRs without conflicts. And I also added something below at the bottom. And it's like in the last 2 weeks, we implemented the previous action item we discussed during the previous retro.
Yeah. Thank you. Judith.
So yeah, so I say the communication through threads on Slack went well. So that has been an action item on the last retro. That the communication should be done through threads, and yeah, for me I think that went well.
Yep. George.
No, I mean, it's more or less the same. We already said that communication was super great, and it shows that you are working as one single team, all united. And yeah, that's great.
Yeah. All right. For me too, what went well for me, the ACs were met and even exceeded with the delete list that you guys implemented. Also the PRs were merged on time. You know, there was seamless conversation among team members and everything really went well for me. All right, Borja.
+1 on the communication, and everything got done in time, so really happy.
All right, Viviana.
Yes, I also agree with everything mentioned before, and also wanting to mention that for me, the office hours is a great space. I enjoy a lot having this space to come with any question and have a more relaxed talk there. So that is something that I really enjoy.
Nice. All right, Celine.
I did. I said it already, but I can say it again.
Yeah, sorry. All right, so we are moving on to the column for what could be improved. And for me, everything is really looking well. There is no aspects that will say we are lacking in, so nothing from my end. What about you, Judge?
It's also not much to say, only that considering the amount of things done in this sprint, I'm a little bit worried about the effort you are doing, and if you are starting to get tired, because I don't know how much time are you spending on this, and as the results are so good, I'm only worried if this is a lot. That's it. If it's okay, it's okay, but just that also we have to have this in mind. I mean, results, but also how much we spend on this. Okay.
Yeah. We could hear from the collabs. For me, it's not so overwhelming on my side. What do you guys think? The collabs?
I mean, from my point of view, we as a team seem to adhere to Stacy's advice from the very beginning, where she was speaking of front loading the work so it gets easier towards the end of the week. I do still remember. I see the weekly cadence screen. And I think so for me personally, that worked rather well. Putting a bit of more effort and time in the beginning of the week, so then it gets a bit easier. Also, yeah, easier to adjust to react to things if there is a feedback from the other team. Hey, how about this? And just be able to do it all. So I'm fine.
All right, nice to hear. What about others?
For me, it's really honestly this week it was a week. I think I went like more hours than the other week, like maybe 1 or 2 extra hours, but it was doable. But the other week, it was like really manageable.
All right. Okay. So we always tell Collabis if you bring out time to do it, like you decide to spend 1 hour on it and then it starts exceeding, then we can all work on it together. You can talk about it on Slack and then so that you don't get too overwhelming. It doesn't get too overwhelming and you don't get to spend a lot of time on it. So I'm happy to hear that it's not taking so much time or it's not getting so overwhelming. All right. Okay, who's done? Judith, it's your turn. Hi, Judith.
Oopsie. So nothing springs to my mind really. It all works like a well-oiled machine. So
All right. What about you, Borja?
Everything is looking good for the final stretch, and I'm excited to prettify the app and see the final results.
Yeah. All right, Elite.
Yeah, even though there's a unresolved thread in LPR, it can be closed, it can merge. It should not be merged until all commands are resolved. Maybe we are defining a rule on GitHub. It's not we define a rule if there is unresolved thread, it not can be merged. Actually, maybe we can define an action item.
Okay,
Yes.
I know GitLab this feature. I know GitHub this feature. I'm checking, but I'm not find yet.
So
If
are
we
you talking
define this
about
rule,
the one
or
where you can just tick resolved? Or are you talking about the collab is taking the feedback and then going to VS Code, making the changes and then pushing back to GitHub?
yeah, pushback, but which person is writes a review and collaborators write a MR, write a comments and wait for the collaborators actually my comments. It's resolved or not actually. It must be wait. It can be resolved from me actually. Not resolvable at that point. Because we write the comments and we wait to close this thread actually.
Okay.
I saw that my thread resolve on the commits, but I'm not resolved that thread actually in the PR. We can define a rule on collaborative project repository.
Can you remember the PR? Which of the PR?
Yeah, it was 1 minute. Can you sort by comments? It's the last 30. I'm checking. Checking 30. 31. PR 31.
PR 31. Okay.
I write some comments. I saw that some comments on PR and PR have some changes, but after that it can merge. It merged, but I checked that my resolve is not. My thread is not resolved. Actually, we can define the rule.
Okay. The pair that worked on it, did you make changes? Or I want to know if you made the changes and pushed, but you didn't. GitHub has a way to mark comments as resolved. Oh, is that what happened? Or okay.
Actually, I resolve it today and after
Okay.
today, and but before that it's merged.
But it says outdated. Outdated means they pushed another code, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
but
so
I
you're just
must
saying
check.
they didn't. Okay. I understand now. So what he's basically saying is Yeah.
What do we need to do exactly? So we see your
Uh,
comment and we make
you
some
not have
change in the
to something
code.
else. Actually, you are not at fault. You are not fault. Actually, we must have to define a rule on this repository. This repository does not have rule. You not can be merged.
Okay.
If you define rule, you not merge. Actually,
Okay.
you must be
So
wait
he
my
said,
result.
what's the purpose of this number minus 60? These constant values must be defined with appropriate names.
Actually, this is result. I check commits and
Okay.
define a constant value.
Oh, okay.
But it can not change like my decision. Maybe I can ask another thing.
All right.
That should be an option, right, in the settings. Just that, I would say.
Yeah, to
Yeah,
not merge
and
until everything
can be
is
option
done,
in
right?
settings.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think it's there. I think it's there. Or if any pair, even if you update the code, it's always good to reply. It's always good to reply the comment so that he also gets a notification that something has been done to this. Because outdated means you've actually pushed to this particular file, so you made the changes, but then again there was no reply. So that can help too, just to
Yeah, it's more better.
help him to track the changes or the
If you
comments.
think resolve, you can write a comment, you change, or you can start another discussion.
Yeah. Okay, I
You
understand.
not have to
Okay.
what I say.
All right. Thank you, Elite, for pointing that out. I think it was part of the communication for devs modules that we did earlier, talking on GitHub a lot. It helps. Like if there are so many people working on the project, always easier to follow changes from comments.
I saw it in some Stack Overflow that it's hello Chanakawa. Hello?
I share my screen.
Yeah.
I checked the general settings of this repository. Actually, I not find this rule.
Yeah, we
There
can
is a pull request. In the pull request,
we can do the rule probably later after this. So we can just do the issues for now. Is that okay?
this section.
But this is for branches. Let's see.
You're not branches. Branches is another one. Actually, you can define the branch rule.
The protection, the protection.
Yeah, for protection. Actually, anybody send a commit to the main branch is not the best way we can define a protection rule, actually. Anyway.
No worries. Anyway, maybe Elite, this is not available because it's an enterprise functionality or something.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure that actually.
If not, we can do it simply as a rule of the team. Like let's mark the items or the conversation as resolved before merging. That's it.
Yeah, actually. The simple thing.
I mean, now it has been brought to our attention. I'm pretty certain moving forward that we will adhere to it. That if there are comments, at the very least, respond. That there's, that the mentor or whoever was putting something out there knows, okay, it has been worked on or it's been worked on. I mean, it's kind of the same as with the action item for like 2 weeks ago, where we're like, okay, please Collabs talk in threads rather than in direct messages. So as I'm repeating myself here, we have heard about the concerns, we take it on board and improve. I think that's not too difficult.
Yeah, not too difficult, but this GitHub, GitLab have this feature actually. And
Yeah.
this pipeline, PR have some actions, and you can define actions on tests or something else. If pipeline is not passed, you cannot be merged. Actually, there is some rules for every team decide this rule. On, but for this team, actually, we not defined yet. The professional job, actually, there is some rule, very complex rule already.
All right, thank
Mhm.
you. Thank you, Elite. We can move on to the issues now.
Okay, I share my screen now. Um, 14. As a user, I want the app to look professional and welcoming. The last 2 weeks of the project will function a little differently than the rest. Your team will self-organize around a leadable design process to come up with polished look and feel your app. This will require you to make decisions together as a whole team, then implement your vision. The process outline here is our best suggestion to how to proceed, but you are free to take whatever approach you see fit. You notice this is the last issues on boards, not last issues actually, because the expectation is of right stories needs complete implementation of your design direction. As always, lean on your mention for guidance if you are unsure how to proceed. Design what is tone you are going for, what are feeling you're trying to convey, come out 3 or 5 words.
Elite,
Let's get, yeah.
sorry. So I was asking, Judith said something last Sunday, or does that no longer stand? I was of your
Yeah, the other tickets that were above this current one are still dealing with terms of functionality of the app. So I had said last week, well, why not do the other 3 tickets beforehand before we go to the actual making it look nice and professional beforehand.
All right, so what do you
There is
guys
no
within
order
4 of you?
actually.
Within
We
4 of
can
you?
define a good professional look, and then after that we can add a new feature. I think we decided this look professional things first, then we add a new feature actually. Maybe at that time we can add more class, CSS class to do projects, and after new features, align the look and feel previously.
Okay, so
If you finished at the end of the project, you must have a lot of changes. So you have to change all files. This is not a
Mm.
good solution, I think.
so Elite, I think
I
But
think
what do you think?
uh,
I think they can do research about styling this week in addition to just by the side, in addition to just adding the remaining features. So they are just 3 and they can do the 3 this week, then while looking into styling. What do you think?
I think this must be more previous week actually. uh, I'm not prefer.
let me see. But
George,
there
what do you
was
think?
can you hear me?
Yeah.
What do you think?
No, I think because I remember there was something related to implementation issues, or so from that, if it's already shared, if I'm creating a new list, I'm looking if there is something really critical.
1 minute, guys.
Guiding when using the application and only access the page information relevant to my current experience. So, I mean, I think it's hey, Elite. So I think if there is something, if there is a feature that will drastically change navigation, for instance, then maybe we can prioritize it. I mean, if there is something that will potentially change the way the application works, then this can change the look and feel, and this will affect the design decisions. If there is something that can be done, like in addition, that can be done like in the backend, that is not going to affect the UI, then it can be done afterwards. So, I mean, the general idea is not to throw code and work to the bin, right?
So
So,
they're actually UI changes, like the navigation you talked about is just moving the home page, the home route, and then making sure that someone that is signed in sees what they want to see, and then someone that is signed out does not see the other links. So it's actually a UI something. And then we have
okay.
three more weeks. We have 3 more whole weeks till the end of this thing. So I say we can do these additional features this week, then while researching about styling by the side. And then next week we can kick off styling full force.
Yeah, but focusing on these navigation things, because also what I don't really understand in the application is that the items that are added in the managed list are not displayed immediately. I mean, you cannot see exactly what you are adding, right? So this is not exactly one item that we have, but I think it's a navigation issue that maybe we can address before making things professional and good looking.
Yeah, I think so.
And also there is another thing, which is in order to make things professional and good looking, are we going to add some kind of framework or something that can change drastically the project? Or, I mean, how are we, how is this?
It's
Yeah,
it's 100%
exactly.
it's 100% the prerogative of the developers. If they want to get probably material UI or
Yeah.
tailwinds, or if they want to write vanilla CSS, it's 100% their choice.
Yeah. And are we prepared to do this right now, to make this decision? Or not? I don't know. Or it is part of the work to make the decision.
So they will make the decision when they have their first meeting. So they're supposed to have a group meeting, no longer pair. They're supposed to have a group meeting to decide on how they want to style their app. So the next meeting we are going to have is when they will tell us what they chose, and then why they chose, and then what they've done so far.
Okay.
So since you guys created the extra tickets, how do you want to pair? I'm looking at a situation whereby we can be able to finish the 3 of them this week. Do you think it's possible? What do you guys think, basically? $15, $16, $17.
Yeah, it seems doable.
All right. So what was the sharing formula? So I suggest we leave this to you guys, because you've worked on different parts of the application. Some of you even created the ticket, you understand it better. So how about you delegate the working of the issues to yourselves, within yourselves? How does that sound? You can be like, Celine, you already know about this, or you created this. How about you work on this, and then I'll work on this, and the other person will work on this. Is that okay?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we can do it this way. Yeah.
All right. So what we're going to do this week is just to do, let's just call it refactoring, code wise, not styling wise. So just add this other extra stuff that you guys created, and anyone that you can't fit into this week, it's totally fine. After all, it's a nice to have. It's something we noticed,
8 o'clock.
and then next week we go into styling. Next week and the other week will just be for styling and beautification. This week is just to add this other extra stuff. So if you guys can have a joint meeting, or if you can use the thread, discuss among yourselves who will take what. And then when that is done, you can assign yourselves the issues on GitHub, and then you can create threads for yourself on Slack. We don't have to do the automated one. So just this thread is for issues, so, and then, just like how we've been doing it. Viviana, you wanted to say something?
Yes, I have a question related to an issue that I haven't already opened, but I have in mind, and I'm wanting to discuss with the team. Maybe as we are on time, maybe I can go to the office hours with this question and talk it there. If you sounds good. That sounds good for you.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's okay. We don't have to wait for office hours. Maybe we can discuss it on Slack tomorrow morning.
Okay.
So when
Nice. Okay.
when you have time tomorrow, you can just create, I noticed so and so, this is the current behavior, this is what I think it will be, and then all of us will take decisions on Slack under that thread.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because for office hours, I must say that I will not be able to start with office hours until Wednesday
Yeah.
because of this Saint Joseph festivity, Valencia, right? So it's I will be available Wednesday and Thursday for the office hours.
All right, okay. So are there any questions? Are we okay with this arrangement?
Sounds good to me.
Judith, you said?
I said sounds good to me.
All right. All right, thank you guys. George, we're expecting pictures from your celebration. All right.
Okay.
All right. So if there's anything else, please let's talk on Slack. And as I said, just by the side, you can start looking into CSS. You don't have to do anything, just little research so it will be easier for you next week. But if it gets overwhelming, then let's leave it to next week. All right. Bye guys. See you on Slack. Remember to create your threads and then
Bye.
Bye. Have a nice week.
Bye, and thank you.
Have a nice weekend.